Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that.
Our next guest, Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, says he has a new legal theory for how Americans can sue Elon Musk. Congressman Raskin joins us now.
Welcome, Congressman. I'm loving this theory. It's very interesting take. Explain it to us, how citizens can sue Elon Musk and Doge, and how 18 U.S. Code 1030 can be applied.
So the first thing to understand, Michael, is we are winning in the courts. And people need to understand that. Judge Gia Cobb in the district court in the District of Columbia just halted their efforts to out thousands, I think 6,000 FBI agents across the country for their involvement in prosecuting January 6th. Judge Kollar-Kotelly shut down the raid on the Treasury Department. And so the courts are doing their job. I've been at rallies all week because, a rally a day keeps the fascists away. But it was bugging me that these guys, Elon Musk's, midnight fascist crew of teenagers and 20-somethings, have been able to access everybody's computer data in the country. And that's why a lot of the courts are getting involved. But it was killing me because I wanted to spend some time with the statutes. And so this weekend, I've been looking in the statutes, and one of them, which is getting to be in contest now, is called the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1986. It was actually pushed by Ronald Reagan, who at Camp David had seen the movie War Games and got very concerned about the security of government computers. And he, with Congress, pushed for a statute to make it a crime to on an unauthorized basis to obtain other people's information and then distribute it. And there have been tons of criminal prosecutions on that. But if you read the statute, there's also a private right of action. So if you are a citizen, and you can integrate this with taxpayer privacy data statutes, if you are a citizen whose private data has been compromised through a breach of government computers, you can actually sue for damages. So what I'm thinking about, and talking to my friends at Democracy Defenders and other lawyers about, is could there be a nationwide class action lawsuit to follow up on last week's victories against Musk, against the Trump administration for this breach in computer security and the data of all American taxpayers? It could be a class action suit on behalf of all Americans. If the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers want to opt out and they don't want their part of the money for the contamination of their data, fine, they can opt out. But really, it's a suit on behalf of everybody because that's our information. It doesn't belong to Elon Musk or his little midnight crew. It belongs to the people, and the government has to hold it in trust. Now, there's specific statutes which say that information can only be accessed for tax purposes, for the purposes of the Internal Revenue System, and for no other purposes. What are they using that information for?
Can I just say, Congressman Chairman, I made a decision not to go to law school, and somehow you have me reading U.S. Code on a Sunday morning.
It's a good day when you do that.
Thank you. Thank you for the free education. I mean, what's interesting to me is the Nobody Elected Elon Musk Act that you and your colleagues are putting forward. It's one of several pieces of legislation promoted by Democrats to try to hold Elon Musk accountable. Here's the question. Have any of your Republican colleagues showed any interest in joining you in this effort toward accountability?
No, at this point, they're either, out there cheerleading for Elon Musk or more and more of them are getting real quiet because they see the public does not like this. The public does not like the idea that a guy who would not even be constitutionally eligible to run for president is acting as president, a guy who, if he were president, would be impeached immediately because he's taking billions of dollars in foreign government emoluments from all over the world. And some people have actually been talking about impeaching President Elon Musk right now, on the theory that he's usurped the powers of the presidency. So I think a lot of the Republicans are just going to wait and see which way this goes. You know that there are a lot of very right-wing MAGA Republicans like Steve Bannon who are completely opposed to Elon Musk and what he's doing. Bannon has called him a truly evil person. And Laura Loomer has warned of what they're trying to do in terms of creating a techno-state monarch in the new century. Obviously, Elon Musk has much bigger plans than Donald Trump, who, we know just wants to become the richest person in the world and get all the attention. But Elon Musk would really like to completely overthrow our system of government and move us into some kind of techno monarchy under the geniuses of Silicon Valley.
I find it fascinating that in all of this, no one's really leveled up the fact, you just touched on it, Congressman, that Elon Musk is a government contractor, right?
Spending billions of dollars.
It's billions of dollars of government 18 plus individual contracts with the U.S. Why aren't we exposing those people? What's in those contracts? Because DOGE is not going to look at those contracts.
Yeah.
Well, so why doesn't Congress say, look, okay, Mr. Musk, we want to call you in to have a conversation about your contracts because you are a federal contractor. You can be a special purpose, whatever. In other words, how does Congress deal with someone like Musk, who, as you noted, is using the White House, the authority given to him by Donald Trump? It all flows back to Trump, by the way. But he's using that to push out and basically dismantle our government. And it's seemingly he's getting away with it. And Congress is kind of like, well.
No, he's not getting away with it. I mean, he is getting brought down, cut down to size every day in court, whether it's at the Treasury Department, FBI, with the Department of Justice. And the reality is that he is a huge government contractor. He collects billions of dollars from the U.S. taxpayers, and he has an obligation right now under federal legislation to file his ethics disclosure forms. And we haven't seen those ethics disclosure
forms. Are there conflicts there between what he's doing and his contracts?
There are radical conflicts of interest. For example,
then suspend the contracts.
Well, there we go. I mean, the problem is the executive branch right now is not enforcing that process, but we are going to have to make them do it through the judicial branch and by Congress. But there are radical conflicts of interest. He is overseeing his own government contracts. He keeps talking about waste, fraud, and abuse. How about the waste, fraud, and abuse that was being investigated with Elon Musk in China by AID, which led him in his, outrageous destruction of foreign aid, which is coming back to haunt U.S. foreign policy.
Now you know why, folks, he's going after USAID, because USAID was calling him out. Congressman Raskin.